Alright, what is up YouTube and what are you? The first list we're going to be looking at today, coming out of the YCS this weekend, is actually Jesse Cotton's Danger Guard Dragon Thunder list. Now, a lot of you guys might be like, oh man, like we're back to playing the prize card? Yes. Yes, we are, and it looks like this is going to be relatively here to stay, actually. So, let's kind of talk about the revisions and really the changes that this deck has kind of undergone as of late for the current format. So, we have one copy of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, triple copies of Lavenir, then we have the one copy of my boy, the prize card. So much value all wrapped into one card. We have one Bigfoot, two copies of Mothman, triple copies of Nessie, two copies of Jackalope, and two copies of Tsuchinoko. And then Diabolsis is back here for just being able to be summoned pretty easily. One Destrudo, triple copies of Draconet. Yes, the Ebworld Chalice package is just free value. Then we have one copy of Phantasme, one copy of Brotar. We have triple copies of Starleaf Safewort, the card that just makes the extender combos that you've all seen in all these videos, just being able to bring back the Lavenir, you know, the generic extender OTK push that we actually want is here. Then we have triple copies of Vishuda. Being able to Vishuda out into the monk to start plays is actually really good. And then we have triple copies of regular Thunder Dragon, two copies of Thunder Dragon Dark, one copy of the Thunder Dragon Duo, along with one copy of the Dragon Hawk, two Dragon Roar, one Wyvern Buster, one Guard Dragon, and one Galaxy Serpent. And spells, yes, one Dragon Ravine, one World Legacy Guard Dragon, and triple copies of Sekka's Light. Basically, depending on which combo you need to go down, you know, in general, things like that, yes, this card is very good, even with splash variants like this. And in the extra deck, we have one Saruja, one Monk, one Nightmare Unicorn, one Phoenix, one IP, one Heretic, then Pisty and LP, along with one Romulus, one Curious, one Boral Sword, one Appaloosa, and then Hope Harbinger, Ib, and Thunder Dragon Colossus. Then we have triple Lancia, triple No Material, 168, triple Dark Roller, two Twin Twister, and triple copies of Red Reboot, wrapping up Jesse Cotton's list from the weekend. Definitely one of the more interesting variants that I've honestly seen out of today's format. Like, I'm glad to see that this deck is still alive and doing well, though. Next up, we have Pure Thunder. Actually, this was top 8 Pure Thunder from Team Infinite Plus. One thing that actually makes this deck interesting is we're actually playing the Luna, the Dark Spirit. And the Dark Spirit says, cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one dark monster from your graveyard. So you know at that point when you start kind of comboing off and you're like, huh, I have all these darks in my graveyard I want to trigger. Well, you actually get to do so now because of Luna. So, we have two copies of Aloof Lupine. This is also something else that you could feed off of the Spirit. We actually have the Scythe package main decked, which is actually kind of interesting. So we have one Scythe, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Battery Man Solar, then we have triple copies of Phantasme, along with two copies of Luna the Dark Spirit. Then we have triple copies of Thunder Dragon, triple copies of Thunder Dragon Dark. Then we have two Duo, triple copies of Hawk, triple copies of the Egg, and triple copies of the Dragon Roar. In spells, we have two copies of Allure, with the one Gold Sark and the one Thunder Dragon Fusion. And then we have, for traps, two copies of Sanctum, triple Imperm, and the one Trap Trick. If you've noticed, a lot more of our techier choices in this format have been going towards playing the one Trap Trick. It's one less Dead Sanctum you have to play, and this also can become an Imperm at any point that you need to set in any column. Like, the multi-purposing action out of Trap Trick in today's format is actually really cool. I will say, exploring this card more as an option just alleviates less dead cards that you have to kind of play in the main deck. Now, down here in the extra deck, we have the one Summer Summoner, one Link Kribo, one Phoenix, one Borreload, one Indestructible Coon, one Just Beat It, one Appaloosa, one Dingrisu, triple Titan, triple copies of Colossus, and then one copy of the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Side deck here, we also have triple Ansia, triple Nibiru, one copy of Violet Chimera, triple Mind Control, two Super Polymerization, and triple copies of Twin Twister, wrapping up the Pure Thunder list off of Team Infinite Plus. Definitely it's pretty standard though, but like I said, things like Luna, the exploration of Trap Trick is kind of what's making these decks stand out a little bit in today's format. And that diversity, those little tech choices, are the things that will make or break your competitive experience in the game. It really does mean something. Now, next up, we have Subteror. Now, seeing that Subterror's started to play more things like Phantasmi. So I know we also had the Wind Witch engine come up earlier in the week, and players were like, really? I'm playing Wind Witch in this deck? Because, I mean, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, basically having it have built-in protection is really good. Like, solidly, like, you would be surprised what you can actually do with big, beefy monsters that have some sort of built-in, you know, protection. Plus, being able to clear off the game is a little bit more important because of the free burn damage. But a deck like this does aim to use Super Poly as a way to break the board, and clogging up your main or extra monster zone isn't something you can really afford to do with this deck. It's kind of sad. So, we have Subterror coming out of top 8. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 2 copies of DD Craw, then we have the 2 copies of Phantasmi. 2 seems to be about the number of this format. Looking at 3 just kind of feels a little bit bulky, actually. Like, I thought it seemed good, but no. We have 1 Umastrix, triple copies of Fiendus, triple copies of Guru, and the 1 copy of the Nemesis Archer for those slow grind games. We have 2 Called by the Grave, 2 Duality, triple Extrav, triple Super Poly, 1 Terraforming, and triple copies of the Hidden City. Then we have triple Infinite Permanents, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, 2 copies of Final Battle, and triple copies of There Can Only Be One, wrapping up the main deck. It's looking very solid, actually. And in the extra, we have 1 Phoenix, 1 Titan, triple copies of Starving Venom, triple copies of Violet Chimera, 2 Dragostapalia, 1 Panzer Dragon, 2 Mud, 1 Diplexer, and the 1 copy of the Mega Fleet. And then we have side deck, triple copies of Lancia, 2 Pankratops, triple Nibiru, triple copies of Evenly Matched, triple copies of Heavy Stormduster, and the 1 copy of the Soul Drain, wrapping up the main deck. So I will say, for all intents and purposes, the way that this deck has been built over time, this deck is very solid. One of the probably more interesting stun decks still left in today's format that actually can grind. Like, I will say that Subterror, looking at it on paper, it looks very bland to a lot of players, but like, the deck grinds really well. And the players are like, oh, it's just another boring deck. No. Little tech choices like this, I really like. They actually spicing up the deck. And then the last deck we actually have here, it's Pendulum, baby. Like, so there's been the big debate between Zephyr Pendulum or if Endymion Pendulum is the best way to go, and I honestly think at this point that it's actually Endymion Pendulum. I think everything that Endymion kind of wants to do in the grand scheme of things for its deck plan is probably the best approach for the deck. So this is the top 8 list for Endymion Pendulum coming out of the YCS this weekend. Shout out to Into the Void. You're spiking. It's because you're a really good card. I gotta love Triff kind of showing this off a little bit more to the world as well. So, we have 2 copies of Abyss Curtain Riser, triple copies of Chronograph Sorcerer, 1 Destrudo, 2 copies of Endymion, the mighty master of magic. We have 1 Magister of Endymion, triple Apex Avian, 2 Little Jackal King, 1 copy of the Master Cerberus, 1 Reflector of Endymion, triple copies of Servant of Endymion, with triple Darkworm, 2 Gate Zero, and the 1 copy of the Brick, literally. Then we have triple copies of Lure Darkness, 2 copies of the Called by the Grave, 2 Dragon Shrine, triple Into the Void, 2 copies of Pot of Desires, triple copies of Spellbook Power Mastery, and the 1 copy of the Upstart Goblin. Then here in the extra deck we have the 1 Triple Burst Dragon, 1 Saruja, 1 Lambda, with 1 Phoenix, 1 Heavenly Spheres, 1 copy of Electromite, 1 Elpie, 1 Boral Sword OTK Coon, 1 Borreload, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, 1 FA Dawn Dragster along with the 1 Borreload Savage, 1 Arcanite, and the 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. And then down here on the side we have triple Denka Rekka, 2 copies of Pankratops, 2 copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, aka Hodoken, 2 copies of Lock Your Opponent Out of Playing the Game, and triple copies of Red Reboot. Wrapping up Pendulum Magician. So honestly, the YCS, well actually the whole format's kind of like stagnated. We've kind of locked ourselves into the point that we are. I don't see a lot of real major change out here, but the little tech choices that we're seeing right now are honestly what is making the format a little bit spicier, honestly. So what do you guys think about everybody's list? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deucerinos, audience. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.